My name is Michael Deeley, and I have just written a book with Matthew Field helping me called Blade Runners, Deer Hunters and Blowing the Bloody Doors Off, which obviously is a reference to Italian Job. Those are the three best-known films that I produced. But a lot of others, these three have become, I suppose you'd say, cult films. They've survived the time and become quite important still. But some of the others as well, Don't Look Now is one, Wicker Man I was involved with, Man Who Fell to Earth, and several other films. This book is meant to be me talking to the reader about the films. It's meant to be something you feel is a narrative. All the little things and some big things that happen on the way through, all those pictures and a lot of others, over a period of maybe 30 years or something of the sort. We were offered The Godfather, the director of Peter Yates and me. We had a contract at Paramount to make a film, which we made eventually, called Murphy's War, Peter O'Toole, which is actually quite a nice picture. And they got rather bored with the script because it was rather slightly boring at that point. And this new novel came in that they bought the rights to, and they gave it to me and said, would you and Peter Yates, who I was working with, like to make this one instead? And I read it and I thought it was fantastic, really did. And I took it to Peter Yates. He read it and he said, nah, I don't really want to make this. And I said, well, why ever not? And he said, well, I've just done a sort of crime picture. And he just had a great success with a picture called Bullet, which had sort of launched his career. And he was adamant he didn't want to make another crime picture. So I went back to the studio and said, sorry. And so we made Murphy's War instead of Godfather. I think it was Paramount's luckiest day, because if we made it, it wouldn't have been nearly as good as it turned out to be. We did have all the cooperation you could possibly want in any city. Firstly, it was a virgin city. No film had ever been shot there before. So they didn't know how much of a nuisance filmmaking could be to the people who lived there. We taught them that. But we also had Gianni Agnelli, head of Fiat, backing us through a friend of mine that had been introduced to him. And he just passed the word down to the police that helped these guys. And when we came to that scene to shoot the big scene in the square, we had our own trucks, the makeup van, the electrical truck, and a couple of other trucks blocking off the exits at a given moment. Not all the entries, but all the exits. And it just created a huge traffic jam.
How many cars did you crash?
Oh, how many cars did we crash? Not in that scene, but how many cars overall?
Overall, yeah.
We did away with about 30 minis. We did away with an Aston. A shell of a Lamborghini, I have to say. It looks as though it's the car, but it was actually a shell. Because that was something that's well beyond my budget. And other cars, some of those Alfa Romeo police cars, a lot of cars were lost. Somebody got badly hurt. It was actually a very silly thing. The stunt driver said he wouldn't drive this Rolls Royce at speed in a circle which is covered in gravel. He said it just won't hold. And the director asked somebody else to do it, his driver in fact, and the stuntman was right. He couldn't go around the speed. And when he tried it, he just slid off and hit somebody, one of the camera boys. And he was badly hurt, but fortunately recovered completely. Of course it's inside stuff, because a lot of it's never been said before. But it's also meant to be fun. So when you read the book, the main thing is to enjoy it.